We have this little salt container. It says take life with a grain of salt. It's pretty. Hey guys, welcome back to FarmStead. If you're new here, I'm Hunter, and today we are going to be trying a recipe that our grandpa asked for. We are going to be making hash browns, eggs, and potatoes in a sandwich. So let's get started. Okay, so after you've washed your potato, you're going to peel off the skin. Be careful that your hands or your fingers are away from it so that you don't cut yourself. Because I have cut myself on one of these before. It does not feel good. And then if there's any spots like this, we'll just cut it off because we don't have that. We are going to clean up a bit. My grandpa taught me how to do this recipe. He's been wanting to see it on our channel, so here we are. Now we are going to shred the potatoes. Now this, you especially want to be careful because you will get cut easily. Keep your knuckles out of the way because that's where you get cut the most, and it sucks. So try not to put too much pressure onto it, but just enough that you shred the potato. So I'm not done shredding the potatoes yet, but we need to start the oven or stove so then we can start cooking our potatoes once we're done. So we are going to set the pan to half or to medium high, and we are going to add some oil. Not all of this because that is a lot of oil, like that much. I am spreading the oil around so there's no parts of the hash brown that stick. I'm going to add a little bit more just to cover the last little bit. Okay, so make sure that you always push your handle in towards the stove, especially if you have little kids, because you don't want them to pull the pan off while you're cooking and it's hot. They could get hurt. And just push it in even if you don't have kids. If you knock it with your stomach, just be careful and push it in. Take your whole cutting board over and try to keep it in a pile. And we're going to make this into a small. You can do it bigger, but we're just going to do it a smaller hash brown. Can fit on bread. So, yeah, you probably want it small if you want it on bread, like we're doing today. Okay, so that's good. Now, we're going to leave the spatula over there. We are mixing up the eggs. Okay, so we are going to add milk. You don't need to add milk. We just add it for a little more flavor. But you don't need it. It's not needed for scrambled eggs. So we're just going to add a little bit of milk. Like that's good. Now, make sure it's nice and mixed up. Make sure there's no more egg chunks. Make sure that there's no more egg not mixed up. And now we are going to head back over to the oven. Okay, so since we are at the halfway mark, we are going to turn on the boil to the high, and we are going to put our bread in. Make sure it's on a pan so then it doesn't fall. Okay, now we are going to take and flip our hash brown. Nice. And now we are going to add the egg. Pour the egg right on top. We have this little salt container. It says take life with a grain of salt. It's pretty funny. So we're going to add a pinch of salt onto it. And we are going to add some pepper. Okay, so now it's time to flip. Eggs over the top of the hash brown when you flip it. And flip just like that. Now, let's get our cheese cut up. Okay, now let's put the cheese onto it. Be careful, don't burn yourself. We're going to turn it off so that it doesn't overcook. And we're going to take our hash brown and we are going to take it off the oven. Don't worry if your cheese isn't melted, it will melt. And we are going to set that aside and wait for our bread. Now always make sure that once you take off the food from the pan, always make sure to move the pan off of the hot burner to make sure that you don't cause smoke. Okay, so we are going to pull the bread out. We have waited a couple minutes. Make sure that you flip the bread over once it's toasted on one side to the way that you like it. And now we are going to pull out our bread. It's nice and toasted. Alright, we're going to shut off our oven. And put our oven in there. Okay, now we are going to take the bread and we're going to take some butter Okay, now because our one was a little big, because we had a little too much egg and we had to fold it on, we're just going to cut that in half. And we're going to take and stack it like that. You can make two with this recipe. So if you have someone else who wants one, you don't have to make two. You can just make one and cut it in half because the egg will make it bigger and so will the hash brown. And there we go. So this is the hash brown, egg, and cheese sandwich. And I want to say thank you to our grandpa who had this idea. And thank you to all you guys for subscribing. So if you're new here, please like, subscribe, comment, share with your friends, and always have a great rest of your day. Bye.